this is Optibotimus with another video review, and welcome to the beginning of a journey, an unexpected journey, and today we'll be taking a look at The Hobbit, Bilbo Baggins, and Gollum 2-pack. Now these figures, at least as far as Bilbo is concerned, is available individually. However, at Toys R Us where I purchased this, if you bought Bilbo by himself, he was $9.99. Buying the 2-pack, which includes Bilbo and Gollum, it's only $14.99. So you're getting two figures for a much cheaper price. And as far as I know, just about all these figures come in some kind of a 2-pack configuration. As you can see, beautiful packaging here. You got the actors for Bilbo and Gollum. Well, not really an actor, but the CGI version of Gollum right there. Nice open face. I love the artwork on here. Very iconic, very Middle-earth looking. Very, very nice. I love the, well, it looks kind of like it's almost textured like it's a rope around here. Very cool. Flip around here on the back, and you see a much larger representation as well as a very large bio here. Now, this is a lot to read, and I'm not going to actually read it to you like I do with a lot of my other packaging videos, but I'm going to copy the text for this, and I'm going to put it in the video description, so if you'd like to read it, you can go ahead and do it. Now, these new figures are brought to us by The Bridge, which I never heard of them. I have no idea where they've come from, but they won the rights to this. And based on the success of Lord of the Rings, I fully expect The Hobbit to be a very successful movie as well. So this could be a huge franchise for The Bridge to have a toy line to. Now, you see other figures in the line. Now, I'm gonna actually be honest with you. I love Lord of the Rings. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. The Hobbit, I never really got into, honestly, too much. The movie I'm gonna be thrilled to see, but just the book never really grabbed me. And as much as I loved the Lord of the Rings, until I actually saw the movie, I didn't know how to pronounce any of their names. That's the honest truth. I mean, they're elvish and they're dwarves and orcs and things, and it's really hard to pronounce some of the names. So until I actually see the movie The Hobbit, I'm probably not going to know how to say it right. I'm probably going to say them wrong. But when you come down here, you see other figures that are in the line. You have Keely the Dwarf, and Feely the Dwarf, and again, this is a 2-pack that you can get at Toys R Us for $14.99, or you could buy them individually for $9.99. So if you're going to collect all these figures, you might as well get the 2-pack. Now you have Dwalin the Dwarf and Balin the Dwarf. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Balin was dead in Lord of the Rings. He's the one that we saw when they went into the mines of Moria, and I think he was the one that was actually in like the tombstone area. Now, of course, we have Legolas Greenleaf, which I think that might be the first time that we've seen Legolas's name, and L'Oreal, which again, I don't know if I'm saying it right. But all of these figures, like I said, are available individually or in 2-packs. Now, it doesn't say on here that these are Toys R Us exclusives, so I would imagine that these 2-packs are available everywhere, but here we go. We're starting things off on our unexpected journey, and as it says, let the journey begin here. And you might as well start off with Bilbo and Gollum, so let's get them open and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have Gollum and Bilbo Baggins opened up and out of their packaging. And starting things off first, we're going to take a look at Gollum, that whimsical, unfortunate soul who just never really could catch a break. Now, as you can see, this guy is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to try zooming in as much as I can. And as you can see, there is some gorgeous detail in here. The paint applications are really quite impressive. You can see his hair all the way on there. Got a big bald spot kind of right at the top, but you can see hair kind of painted in. You got a lot of dirt on his entire body, which looks great. You got the gorgeous looking blue eyes. Almost, I don't want to say dirt, but kind of like brown bags kind of around his eyes. Very, very cool. All the way through, absolutely gorgeous looking figure. Now, I do have a couple problems with him. Number one, he's not as articulated as I kind of hoped he would be. He's really kind of cool, and he, looks great. But in terms of his articulation, the head is on a little bit of a ball joint, so you get some pivot with that left and right. Kind of looks up and down a little, rotates obviously all the way around, because you need your action figures to have heads that rotate all the way around. The arms here at the shoulder are just on pin and socket joints, so they move up. Actually really kind of far up, just like so, and they also rotate. But the unfortunate thing is he has no elbow articulation, so you're really kind of limited in some of the poses really that you can get him in. Now, he does have this ab crunch, which it's kind of on a ball joint as well, it seems, so it kind of rotates all the way around. And then the hips as well are on pin and socket joints, so they move in that's about it. All they can really do is move in and out. They can rotate, but if you rotate it forward, that's how his leg is. So you're really, unfortunately, kind of limited with his articulation. It's the same way with this one as well. You don't really get a lot of poses with him. I mean, this is really kind of it for his posability. And it's really kind of unfortunate because you should be able to get Gollum in, a whole bunch of... I would love to get him where it looks like he's crawling here on the ground. But I guess you can kind of do it like that. That just looks unfortunate for him, where he looks like he's kind of crawling. It's just really unfortunate that the level of articulation that the other figures seem to have hasn't translated with Gollum, and it kind of sucks. I mean, he is a much thinner looking figure, obviously, but he's still fairly cool. And like I said, as far as I know, I think he's only available in the 2-pack, and sometimes you have a hard time getting him to stand because of the posability here. But I think he's only available in this 2-pack with Bilbo. So if you want to get him, you do have to get Bilbo, and the price isn't all that bad. Like I said, $14.99 for these two. He's $9.99 all by himself, so a $5 figure really isn't all that bad, I guess. Now, as for Bilbo, this guy is really very cool. Now, starting things off first with his looks. Now, after watching my buddy Sportimus's review of Bilbo, he made the point that this guy really does kind of look like Samwise Gamgee from the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, and the action figure definitely does have that look. The actor who plays Bilbo in the Hobbit movie doesn't look like Sean Astin, but this toy looks like Sean Astin, if you ask me. But nonetheless, it is a great looking sculpt. I love the hair on it, nice detail all the way through it. Very nice. You got a lot of detail all the way through it. You even got the little hair on his Hobbit feet. Again, it's just painted on there, but that's something that's very cool. One thing that I find kind of weird, this removes and has a whole bunch of holes right there, so I don't know why that is, but you can see that it's like painted and everything on it, and then just put it back on, you just kind of slide it up and then it pegs in. I don't necessarily think it's supposed to actually do that, but for some reason mine is detached like that. So now for his articulation, the head as well is on a little bit of a ball joint, just like I love how Gollum's just kind of peeking over here, but it's kind of limited because of the hair. The hair is a very kind of rigid plastic, so there's not much give to it. You can see that this little bit is tied around his neck. If you pop his head off, you could probably, if you pop his head off, that can come off. So, and as you can see, there's a little ball joint right there. So you can mix and match heads, I guess. The arms as well, just like Gollum, at the shoulder are on pin and sockets, so they move in and out. They rotate all the way around, but they don't go down too terribly far. He's kind of stuck with his arms flailing out like this. But he actually has elbow joints, and I love it. So they move forward and back. They also rotate. He also has wrist articulation, so those rotate all the way around. He does rotate at the waist, as you could kind of see. There's the waist joint right there. Get that back up in there. But he's got pin and socket hips here, which I don't like. I don't like pin and sockets for hip articulation, because you have to move it forward and back, and then you have to rotate it to get it to move in and out, which kind of annoys me, I suppose. It's something that I really hated with the original Iron Man figures, and it still kind of sucks. I'm not a big fan of it. But he's got pin and sockets here at the knee, so he moves forward and back, and they also rotate. They're very stiff. I know my friend Sportimus showed... I found it was funny. I love you, Sportimus, but it was hilarious because when you were like, his knees rotate, and you're going like this, rotating his knees, and you could straight up see that he was rotating at the hip. So he does have knee rotation, though. He was right about that. It was just funny because as he was rotating it to show the knee, the hip was actually rotating. But absolutely gorgeous looking figure on here. Now, as I mentioned several times already, this is available in an individual pack, but the 2-pack is obviously the better value in my opinion. Number one, because you're getting two figures for about $5 less than what you would be paying if you bought them individually, but the accessories that come with, specifically Bilbo here, are the exact same ones that come with his individual self. He does come with his sword, Sting, which was made famous in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. Zooming in as much as I can, you can see an absolute gorgeously painted silver sword. You got some nice molded in detail on there as well. Very nice. The handle is painted brown, so very, very cool. I absolutely love that. Now, he does come with a sheath that is nicely painted and stuff. Oops, you can see it on the side here, and you can just put it in nicely just like so. Now, we just come with a couple travel accessories as well. This is a little bag, probably some food, some supplies, things of that nature, and then he comes with two bottles, looks like probably water or something like that. Nice painted gray bits around here, kind of almost resembling tape, taping these two together, and then you got some tape on here to probably add a little cushion, so when Bilbo's carrying it, it's probably protecting him, and this is just all one solid brown piece, but nicely molded. Now, it does kind of look weird when you put them both over his shoulder. You just take it, flop it over. You do one, it looks fine. It doesn't look really all that bad. But then you take two of them, and this kind of looks derpy. So, boom, get over there, and then that's that. And it just like around his neck really looks very unfortunate. But you can see he can't carry him. Now you could probably almost do it where he's just got it slung over his shoulder here. Maybe I can do it like that. I mean, that looks a little bit better. I could probably handle that a little bit more, but I love the fact that he comes with accessories that, like I said, both versions come with, so very, very cool. But when you add all those accessories, it does make him a little top heavy. But now, bottom line, like I said, this is my first time checking out these particular figures from the Bridge Company, so I'm not 100% sure if they've done other ones, but I'm really impressed with what they've done here. The articulation, at least on Bilbo, is really very nice and very impressive. These are 3 3/4 inch figures, obviously, so I can understand where you're going to be limiting some articulation, especially with Gollum, but I love the fact that they actually put it in with their other figure, Bilbo here. Both of these are terrific looking pieces, and if you are a fan of the Lord of the Ring franchise and the Hobbit movie coming out, well, see, he doesn't like to stand all that well. I would definitely say that these are figures that you would probably like to pick up and have in a collection. It really just kind of depends on how hardcore, I guess, you kind of are. Me, like I said, I love the franchise, so I absolutely love these figures. I never got any of the original Lord of the Ring figures, so when I saw these coming out, I was not going to miss out this time around. So if you're a fan, I would absolutely recommend picking these guys up. They're essential and core characters to the entire Lord of the Rings and Hobbit mythos, and this is a wonderful way to start the collection off. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, this has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.